Welcome, everyone, to another Bensday with Batgirl and Ben. Oh my god, Ben, I almost forgot what we were doing.
What are we doing? I don't know what we're doing.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing wonderfully. You know, ever since we talked last, my mind has just been so wrapped around Game Changer, I can't think of anything else.
I wish I could think of something else.
I think I figured it out. It's a Mr. Softy or one of those good humor ice cream trucks.
Yes, that's it. It's an ice cream truck. No further speculation. You figured it out.
My mind has been going everywhere with that. Going, all right, what if it's and then I watched. I'm like, what if it's like a construction ship? And then I started watching Battlestar Galactica, and I'm like, oh my lord, I know what it is. It's the ship where when you die, that's where you spawn again. I'm like, no, they're not going to do that.
We already have that. It's the Endeavor.
Yeah, I'm just like, God, it's a generation ship. We're going out and we're going to take the rest of the galaxy. Nope, they're not going to do that.
What's the dullest gameplay ever.
I'm like, what's the gameplay? You go into a pod and you sleep for 150 years.
Cryo sleep the game.
Yeah, my name is Jake Sully. I'm like, I can't figure it out. It's driving me crazy. And I have a paper due next week, and my research question has something to do with what the ship is going to be. I'm like, no, that's not it. But I'm sure we're all going to find that out somewhere around the 26th or a month from today, a month from this week, somewhere.
You know, I can't say.
Isn't it like the big... Okay, we don't know. It's a game changer. It's coming if 3.0 ever comes out. So, Ben, what have you been up to the last 2 weeks? I bet you've been busy.
We have been busy as heck here. Usual for me, a lot of getting sales ready, messaging, filming shows, all that. But you know, the whole... I always hate saying I'm busy because everybody over there is so much busier than I am all the time. They deserve all your good energy.
They get our good energy. We're trying to send them as many of our positive thoughts as we can, just so we can get the select few, you know, the better than we are evocati that get to see the game long before those of us that put a lot of money into the game get to see it. You know, because we don't matter as much. We're not as good as they are.
All citizens are equal.
I'm just kidding. I know they have a job. They're very important to the way that this gets rolled out. But we're all getting rather anxious. So in the meantime, I'm off trying to hunt Thargoids in Elite Dangerous. What is going on with that?
All I've seen is the word Thargoid a lot. I have not played ED in a while, but
Thargoids.
I love the reveal. That was so cool. Where they I don't know. I saw the press about it.
It's still not Star Citizen. I'm sorry. I like it, but it's still not Star Citizen.
You know, I grew up telling everybody, hey, screw all you Wing Commander is the only good one. Go to hell, Free Space fans. And I was an idiot. Yeah, all space games are great. Play Elite. Play anything. It's great that there's more than one.
I love competition because competition makes everybody get better. But one thing I like that I find myself doing a lot in Elite Dangerous is community goals. But in going through a lot of what's said inside of the Star Citizen 10 for the Chairmans and all of the online documentation that you could read for literally days without getting it all, is that, you know, community goals are a weekly thing that you get to do in Elite Dangerous, but how community goals inside of Star Citizen are going to be truly dynamic. They're going to happen automatically, and they're going to happen based on a need. Like, if we elaborate on that, it's kind of like if pirates go and start attacking all of the trade going in and out of the Stanton system, there's going to be community goals. There's going to be missions, right? That
are go stop that from happening, or ship in medical supplies, or, you know, they want that whole dynamic everything.
So I'm pretty excited about that. So I've been busy the last 2 weeks before we get to our first three questions. We started to hit the meat and potatoes of my semester, which is why those of you that long for my videos are seeing fewer of them right now, because I have 2 papers, 2 major exams, and I had This is my logbook.
Yay!
I got it done. I got my flight review done, and now I can fly whenever I want. Well, whenever there's an airplane and I have money to fly, but I can fly whenever I want now. I'm like so excited.
Well, all right, get out here.
Oh, I will come out there. I mean, and pay all the extra money for gas and flying in California. No, I long to fly in California. There's just so many beautiful places to fly, and everything's so high there. Big mountains. Oh.
We went to we found there was a little air museum just like a mile from the office.
I saw your Twitter.
Yeah, we went to the Santa Monica airport, and they had this deck. We just watched people with their little planes, flying up and down.
So where is the Raptor they had in the movie Wing Commander? Where is that right now?
They actually had 8 of them. The Rapiers. They were former British.
Sorry. Yeah.
Former British Electric Lightning jets they cut down to build them. I think that 2 or 3 of them have been located. One, for the longest time, was at a paintball arena near London. And people would shoot this thing. It recently got bought by a museum that restores Electric Lightnings. So that one of them is going to be on display in a museum in the not-too-distant future. At least one of them is still in the factory in Luxembourg, which is now abandoned, the factory where they shot all the Tiger's Claw deck stuff. And there's some fantastic HDR photos out there. Somebody who sneaks into Urban Whatevers has taken these photos of the Rapiers. They have their guns taken off, and these are really cool looking photos.
So what would the GoFundMe or the Kickstarter look like to get that restored and moved from there to CIG headquarters?
About 14 years ago, I was offered one of them and I was 20 then, $2,000, which is, it seemed like an impossible amount of money then. Now, okay, I could take out that loan. I just need a place to put it. But it's the shipping. It's shipping an entire part of a jet fighter across the Atlantic is not. Oh, there was one at a Planet Hollywood once. It was in Michigan. I don't know how it got there, and I don't know where it went when Planet Hollywood closed. But I'd be very curious.
And we're back. No, I had to do something. It's kind of weird. So I'm pretty excited about that. So are there realistic sized Hornets, Lightnings, or anything like that, or is it all CG?
Oh, for Star Citizen?
Yeah.
I am sure that someday we will have a trade show booth where we have a full-size fighter or something. I don't think we're there yet, but someday. I remember we did CitizenCon 2 years ago. It was in England, and we did it in an air museum underneath the Concorde. And we got all these angry messages how dare you spend the money building a real bomber? No, it's just the Concorde. It looks like a spaceship, but it's not.
Yeah, I remember when people got upset about that. That wasn't right, was it?
Who can blame them?
Yeah, well, you spent all our money. No, we didn't spend our money. You didn't spend our money. All right, let's try to fit some real questions in on this. If I wanted to, this is from Grizz. If I wanted to compliment a reclaimer with a cargo ship to unload its constellation worth of salvage, what ship would be sized to fit the bill?
I'm thinking a B or a C, hull-wise.
What about a Caterpillar? Would that be all right?
Yeah, Caterpillar would be good. I mean, it's kind of a raid transport.
Yeah.
I cannot keep SCU numbers in my head, but around that range.
Okay. So, Beg for Mercy. I love that name. That's pretty cool. I bet you're a pirate. He wants to know, are they going to resell the 600i with the updated Q&A? I didn't see that question.
We will offer it again. I'm not sure when we're going to get the Q&A done. We're still talking to them about luxury and what it means and how to make it more interesting, but it's coming.
That was a question because somebody said Disco Lando made it seem like in an answer to another question they were not revisiting the 600i, but you said that they were. And
we'll definitely revisit it.
Okay.
No, we're not going to just let it die out there.
All right. So before we ask Captain Kern's question, what do you expect to be like some of the main cargoes that smugglers will be carrying? Are there slaves in this universe? There are in Elite Dangerous.
I'm not sure what they're thinking for cargo. I haven't seen any of that system. Sorry, it would be more of an Austin question. With Slaves and Privateer, and there was a great bit of backstory I loved in that game where it was the description for the slave cargo was, it's horrible that this is happening. It's like humanity's living in the 24th century. That's good world building. What happened in the 24th century? But I don't know about cargo for Star Citizen.
Oh, God.
Just that it fits in cubes.
All right, so this will be kind of a question you might be able to answer then, since you're the director of ships. And it goes like this. Will us smugglers be able to purchase items such as the Prowler, Gemini, or various battle armors in verse, or will our profession prevent this? After all, good and evil is a point of view.
I don't know what the final implementation will be, but we've certainly talked in the past about the option of, maybe they can't necessarily buy some of this military-style hardware directly. They would have to go to a black market dealer. But at the same time, maybe it would be easier for them to get X, Y, or Z piece of black market equipment. So if we implement that stuff, it would be a balance.
Okay, I got you.
I think we've kind of implied that in some of the sales. I think we had, didn't you have to take a military oath before you brought your Polaris? So we definitely had that idea in our world.
I mean, there's a lot of RP elements that you're kind of building off in the background that I think get hidden away because it's been so long since we actually talked about what it takes to get some of the things in the game. But do you think RP is still going to be an important part of the game, or is it gonna...
totally.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's really why we do stuff like the voice, the VoIP,
Base over IP.
No VoIP. There's no other reason to do that other than making role playing better.
Okay.
And I guess the bigger problem is you have all these little things that will make the galaxy more lived in, all these smaller game rules that we want to tweak back and forth, stuff like who can buy what and where and for what amount. They just, as frustrating as they have to wait until after the initial implementation is in. How does cargo work? Okay, now let's make it more complex. Which I think you'll see with the next couple of patches. You'll see a lot of that stuff that will become increasingly complex, the same way that spaceflight itself has become a lot more complex since the old days of AC.8 and stuff.
I like when people make the complex simple while not taking away the context of the complex. Mm-hmm. Okay, try to find that one, follow that one, people, and I'll give you something special. All right. So, XPG Katago Bast, in parentheses. I'm trying to figure that one out. Can we get a Friday show and create missions together with the audience? Want to see that crazy mission creator tool in action.
That is an insanely good idea. I think that we definitely will do that once we have 3.0 out. And
write it down, Ben.
I'll write it down right now.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Paperless office.
Think about that. No pen.
No, that would make a great happy hour game dev.
Hey Siri, remind me to remind Ben to write down whatever we talked about.
Sorry, could you say that again?
No, I'm sorry. Go away, Siri. So Jack Heap said, will there be a dropship transport ship available for purchase capable of delivering a Terravan Prowler? That's a big dropship.
Yeah, it would be a big dropship. I don't see that in the near future.
Yeah, the Terravan Prowler is a pretty big ship.
Yeah, and they fly on their own in space, so I don't think you would need a dropship to drop a landing.
Yeah, they're not like the dropships in Starship Troopers, which I've just watched over again because Notable Joe and Sophie Girl were over. And we had just seen...
Again?
Yeah, oh, awesome. We had just seen the actors at Dragon Con. It was freaking awesome. And we went home and watched it. And those dropships were dropped out of other ships, where these are bigger than what those were. These are more like the ones in Live, Die, Repeat, or whatever they named it after that.
Yeah.
The
that was
Edge of
before that. It
Tomorrow,
was
End
Edge
of
of Tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Edge
Edge
of
of
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you something about the dropships in Starship Troopers. A
Uh-huh.
Jim Martin design.
Jim
Guy who
Martin.
did the-
And he's designed something important for us all. What was that again?
He's designed a whole bunch of things. Cutlass, Freelancer,
Yeah.
so on. Endeavor. He's an incredible talent.
All right. Are we going to get another awesome commercial for something at CitizenCon?
I would be remiss if I spoiled CitizenCon.
Okay.
There's more awesome commercials to come. I'll say that.
So,
I hope they're gonna be awesome.
Frankfurt or Austin?
That is the debate I'm having inside myself right now. I would really like to come to Austin, hang out with folks at FirstCon. I need to get to Austin anyway. Hang out with the team there, get some messaging stuff down straight. So I'm trying to swing that. We'll see.
You got to think of it this way: if Tyler's going to be away, they might need somebody there.
Well, I'm no Tyler.
I would expect it. Yeah, Tyler's pretty cool. Is he still with the group? No, I'm sorry. I haven't talked to him
great.
forever.
And we've got two Tylers now, and they're both great.
I really liked talking to David when he was at DragonCon. He was really, really interesting, talking about a lot of the lore. God, you people, you got to get to these people and talk to them. They just are so amazing to talk to sometimes.
Is that Haddock or Ladyman?
Yeah, Haddock. I didn't see Ladyman this time. David Ladyman.
Yeah, I don't think he didn't do DragonCon this year, but he is. They're both good guys.
Yeah, both of them. Halcyon Draconis, how far in advance will you inform us of the price increase amount before 3.0 releases? What's the price increases?
Well, I think we said we were going to increase the prices on the ships that we offered during Gamescom. We did like a last chance at this price sale for the ships that are becoming flyable. I don't know that we'll necessarily have a lot of lead time for announcing the prices, because with 3.0, it's, you know, everybody always looks at it and think, oh, they're going to release it at CitizenCon, oh, they're going to release it at Gamescom, oh, they're going to do it at this event, It's actually when it's ready. As soon as it's ready, it's getting out there. Nobody's going to wait. So I don't know if they're announced in advance.
Okay, that's a very honest answer. And also, you're not in charge of the pricing, so that would be other people like Sandy and some of the people over in Austin, right?
Yeah.
All right. So, this is from Eddard Hawk. What is the status of providing us with the Whitley's Guide rating service so we can better compare all of the great weapons and modules that CIG is providing us? There's so much unknown about, well, everything, that Whitley's Guide would be a tremendous help in choosing them.
Agreed. We've got a site revamp coming that'll have different specs. Stay tuned, I'll say.
Okay. Brand new subscriber here. I think his name is Shippo. Given the number of weapons in the game, can we expect to see an equal number of tools and devices to aid in exploration, surveying, hacking, etc.? I showed something about hacking on the last show. You got to go back and watch that. Well, it was hacking Minecraft, if you remember. If so, is there any idea when we might be seeing more tools come up into Star Citizen? And then he says, thanks for doing the show.
I don't have any specifics for him. I feel bad. But yes, as we go, more tools.
So if you were to close your eyes, what things do you see in your eyes that would make an explorer ship work? We know the scanner, but what are they scanning for?
I would see there being a couple different kinds of scanners. You know, one's for jump points, one's for determining, you know, what's on a planet. Is there life on the planet? Are there resources? You could, what? I think there's going to be a lot of data for explorers to collect. I mean, this is all in my head right now. I can't speak for design right now. But scanners are big. Stuff like probes. Remember I think of like 2010 when the Leonov first, they send off that unmanned probe and it gets destroyed by the monolith, and then they send the manned probe and it gets dissolved. And all those kind of classic sci-fi things. Landing craft. thinking of like the Prometheus where it drops the thing down. There's all sorts of directions there, and then like personal stuff. Better weapons, better hand scanners, better armor, stuff that's more oriented for exploration, for letting you traverse different biospheres. There's a million possibilities.
So all of a sudden, that 600 or Aquila are looking kind of small. Guys, you all need Carracks. Buy a Carrack. That's the exploration ship. Sorry, I like to push the shit. I have all three, so Actually, I don't have an Aquila. I have a Phoenix. I don't even know what it's good for. Taking a bath on is all I could see so far, and they're taking that away, I think.
You saying you don't have an Aquila? Have an Aquila?
Have an Aquila? Have an Aquila? Okay.
People are
going to say it's an Aquila. No, it's an Aquila. Means eagle, I think. Well, Renegade, I have to ask Renegade Shank's question. I wish I could put a graphic up. He shows. Let's see if we could show this. Do you see that picture of the truck with the camper?
I see a blurry blob. Okay, yes, I do.
Okay, so the question is, if I was doing this on the same show, I could have dropped it right in there, on the same computer. Ben, will we get accessories to add to our Mustang betas for camping? Like this tent attachment? Smiley face? Wink, wink. Please?
I'll pass it down the line.
I'm like, really? What are you going to do? Pull up to an asteroid and pop a tent? Pitch a tent? With oxygen inside, of course.
I believe we're doing some art work on the Mustang now, so it's the time to pitch it. I will pass it along.
Well, it's long overdue for an art upgrade. It needs its textures to be upgraded a little. So has Disco Lando's Jalopy ship made it into the ship pipeline yet?
No.
That's from Yoko Rose.
Yeah, we know who that's really from.
No, that's from Yoko Rose.
Oh, I assumed it was Disco Lando.
No, it's Yoko Rose. She's been one of my one of my oldest subscribers. Not old, but longest term subscribers.
One of your best subscribers, we'll say.
Well, they're all great. No one's better than the other. I'm gonna take that lesson from you. All right, with the item system 2.0 finally making its debut in 3.0. Will we finally be able to use stealth to our advantage in the game? Additionally, will we be able to purchase components of all sizes 1 through 4 and quality grades A through D? Oh wow, this sounds a lot like Elite Dangerous with 3.0, or will it be somewhat limited to start out? And that's from Derpenwolf.
I know better than to promise specific content for 3.0 right now.
How much is 3.0 is getting chopped up so we get something?
People keep mentioning. I don't think that's a plan. It's.
Thank you.
I think people are seeing. Oh, they're doing focus testing for these Avocado groups. That means stuff's missing, but that's not. That's not what's going on. That's just how Avocado tests.
All right. So before we move on, I want to remind people that there's 3 ways to get me questions. The best way is just to go into the Discord, which is in the comments section below. Go to the Ask Ben section, and please use it only for your questions. And you can talk in general chat all you want, but just leave your questions there. Second way is just to send it to starcitizenaa@gmail.com. The third way, put them in the comment thread, but after about a week, it's a lot of people there. Thank you so much for supporting me and commenting out there, but getting them to me in those other 2 ways, make sure that you will have your question heard. So Ben, you've got a lot coming up over the next couple of weeks. I think that there's some kind of a monthly report coming out sometime next week.
Yes. Next week we're doing the monthly report. Should be end of next week.
And you guys should have a lot of go, no-go meetings over the next couple of weeks, getting closer to Evocati launch.
Yes. We've been having them every day now. So
what's the stress level like there? Is it?
It's not a crazy stress environment. I know that what folks are imagining. We're all just eager, I would say, to have this get to the next step.
So in one of my org-com classes right now, we are really hitting hard on groupthink. And groupthink is like when companies or people or large political bodies make very poor decisions because they're all in that same mindset. Nobody challenges each other. Are people being... Like, is there an air of openness where people can say anything there to make sure that...
Yeah, I would say so. It's not like environments I've worked in before. There's a pretty good sense that if you need to say something, you can.
So it's more about getting... And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to lead to why it's taking a while. And my thought is CIG is trying to release the best thing that they can to us because this is the foundation and not trying to just get it out the door.
Yeah, nobody is trying to get it done with. We would like to show everybody all the work we've done, but it needs to be in a particularly stable place. So.
All right. Well, Ben, I appreciate your time. I really do like our conversations. I missed you last week, but I had so much to do that I used the time to actually do my a lot of my paper last week. So thank you so much for joining me this week. I really appreciate it.
Of course.
Okay, and I will see you next week, I hope.
Yes, I should be around next week.
All right. And folks, remember, that's how you... And I told you how to get the questions in. There's a Patreon for the channel. I'll start streaming again, I promise. And as soon as 3.0 is out, I'll be streaming 3 days a week. I promise that. And I think that's all I got for this week. With that said, you all be safe out there, and I'll talk to you soon. Right, Ben?
Hey, everybody.
Okay. Bye.
All right. I'll talk to you soon.